Okay, let's get started with the Q&A session on the Charlie Kirk assassination. Um, yeah, just a warning, it starts off really wonky. It was as if it was very muddy for me, and then it gets going, but muddy meaning I was having a difficult time finding my flow, finding the right questions to ask, and I immediately started with Tyler Robinson. And that in itself, it just felt like a whole can of worms. It's so muddy that so anyway, I don't want you to freak out by the first answer. I can't remember exactly, I didn't write down all of my questions, but I immediately started with is Tyler Robinson responsible for the death of Charlie Kirk? Okay, that's a really anyway, I got one of those simple yeses, and I thought, what? Uh-oh, what does this mean? Oh no, what does this mean? That means is the Oracle session not going to happen? He's responsible. And I thought, and then it was all like coming to me. He played a part. I'm not going to go through all the questions that I got, but anyway, you could say yes, Tyler Robinson played a role. This is one of those simple yeses that once you get more information, you're like, well, you could say he was responsible. He played a part in the death of Charlie Kirk. Okay. So that's why these simple yeses are like, oh, okay. I'll clarify for you. Yes, he is responsible. He played a part. Um, and then I asked, don't worry, it'll get more clear. Did he act on his own free will? And I got dunk, dunk, dunk. No, something's wrong with your question. And I changed it and I said, was his mind and will influenced? Yes, solid yes. I asked, was he there, I guess, to create a distraction? A simple yes. Like there's so much more to know. So, my point being in asking these questions, he is involved somehow. I mean, obviously he is. Um, and I said, were Tyler was influenced by external sources. Ding, ding, ding. Okay, so there's probably some MK stuff going on here that's so murky. We could say, yes, he played a part, wasn't by his own free will and mind, that external sources were behind this. Perhaps using him as a distraction, perhaps, I don't know. This was the very murky, but here's what I was getting a feeling of, oh, take a shot, cause a distraction, because I think they heard two shots. Tyler, you do a shot, cause a distraction so something else can happen. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Anyway, those other forces are responsible. Ding ding ding. And then I went straight in and I said, were these forces representative of a Zionist agenda? Yes. Solid yes. Uh, were also US government representatives involved? Yes. Solid yes. And then I asked, was the US military? And I got like a no, a cold, going in the wrong direction because you can't say that the military was directly involved. Militaries under the US government. I think that's what it was saying. We've already answered that question previously. Or just nod, like the US military wasn't like, ooh, let's take out Charlie Kirk. Okay. God, I hope I can say this on online. Okay. Was there, okay, I have to put you on pause. I can't read my writing. Okay. Let me just go through the questions and by the end, everything will be more clear. Okay. So, US military, no, cold. Was there a rigged or exploding mic? And I got a cold, like going in the wrong directions or something is off. So I have to ignore that for right now. It'll come back later. Was there a bullet of some kind? No, a solid no. I was like, oh, okay. That that penetrated Charlie Kirk. Was it some kind of special kind of bullet, quote unquote bullet, and it's tough to call it a bullet? Yes. That's a solid yes. You've said it anyway. Was it some kind of projectile? Now, look, it's already said that it's some kind of bullet, so it ignored that question. And I said, is this bullet kind of more like you could call it a pellet bullet, something like that? And I got a solid yes. So whatever hit Charlie appears to not be a bullet, and maybe not even a pellet, but there's something different about it. Okay. Maybe. I don't know. This is just entertainment purposes only. Okay. But all of this was so murky, so difficult to like get through. Let me see. More than one shooter. And I got the dot, which means there's something wrong with your question. And I realized, oh, there's an assumption that there was another shooter with a gun and a bullet when right above it's saying, that's not really a bullet, it's a pellet. Okay, so bad question. Um, Let me see here. I go, was this a directed energy event? No. Okay. Did pellet come from Tyler Robinson gun? No. Did it come from someone in the audience? Like I'm visualizing someone straight out in the audience. Cold. No. Cold meaning you're going in the wrong direction, right? Is it somebody on the sidelines? Cold. Was this somebody on stage? Ding, ding, ding. Moving on. Um, and then I asked, I know, I jumped around. Is Candace Owens on the right track? Ding, ding, ding. Okay. We know that that's hot. That's a hot yes, right? Um, Okay, I asked some questions about Mitch Snow, and it's not relevant. I said, did Mitch Snow see who he thought he was? And that's a bad question. It's so I ignored it. Um, Let me see here. Was Erica aware of the assassination? I got a cold. Did someone at TPUSA have foreknowledge of the assassination? And I got one of those simple yeses, which means you could say so, but lots more to understand. Someone in security have that foreknowledge, and I got wrong direction cold. Um, did MS, Mitch Snow, see Erica at the Candlewood thing? And I got a yes, a simple yes, like this is where, look, this Oracle session, uh, take it 50-50, right? I'm not saying that any of my answers are correct. And I got a simple yes that she was there. But again, there's more to the story. Okay. Yeah, this part is a little weird. Was Brian Harple at the Candlewood? Yes. Cabot Phillips, another a simple yes. One of those simple yeses, which I don't know how you can have, like maybe the universe, I guess, is just saying simple yes, simple yes. Brian Harple, yes. Was this about an affair? No. And then I got, was Brian Harple at the Fort Huachuca? And I got a no. Okay, so yeah, this is where I'm getting different information. And oh, I should have asked about Mitch Snow, which I didn't. Okay. Um, so and then I was questioning myself because I was like, oh, Brian wasn't at Fort Huachuca. And I asked, can I trust my answers? Ding, ding, ding. Okay. And I'm just throwing the dice, so I guess chance can play a role here. Um, were they there for and then I asked, oh, were these people there at the Candlewood Suites or Arizona for other business? Ding, ding, ding. Who knows? Okay. Anything to do with Charlie Kirk assassination? No. Okay. Well, I'm a little surprised. Then I thought, oh, are they there to have a meeting with their, like, I don't know, discussing finances of one of their businesses? And I got a no. Oh, and then I said, oh, is this about were they meeting a donor or having a conversation? Ding, ding, ding. So I don't know. Maybe it's possible that indeed these people were there, but it was all like coincidental, even though I don't believe in coincidences. No, Candace doesn't either. But maybe they were there for other stuff too, but maybe that donor or whoever they were meeting, that you can call somebody a donor, was connected to the assassination. Like it's all very interesting. Um, was Charlie Kirk betrayed by Erica? Um, Charlie Kirk betrayed by Erica. And I got, there's something wrong with your question. Well, sure, because I didn't, in what way? I should have made it more clear. So I just ignored that. And I said, is Erica Kirk Charlie's handler? No. Was Erica Charlie's honeypot? Ding, ding, ding. Okay. um, is Erica controlled by a Z agency? Simple yes, but again, mm, so much more information that we're missing. Like you could say yes, like maybe ultimately, but maybe there's a non conscious knowing of that. Okay, you can see how these can get really messy. Did Erica know they would kill Charlie? No. Was she aware of the possibility? Again, that was a bad question. I'm just sharing with you. Uh, the universe did not like that question, so I just moved on. I don't know why I asked this. I asked, is Erica manipulated like Tyler Robinson, being controlled in some way, like MK Ultra or something? No. So she is choosing all of this for power and money. And I got a simple yes. And obviously, okay. Um, these questions are not important, but I was just curious. Okay. Hold on. I have to try to read my writing. Okay, so that was the end of the questionnaire from yesterday, and today I decided to do a little bit more. And I tuned in, and I was uh, visually asking to be shown the mechanism um, that killed Charlie Kirk, and I got an image of something, and then I wanted to ask in the oracle session if that was correct, because what I got was, which it's not. Anyway, I said the image of the mechanics that I got, the way I asked that question was wrong. And I said, is it close enough what I got? And I got it cold. Was it incorrect, the vision that I got? Yes. Okay. So I just wanted to share with you that I do get things wrong. Um, anyway, because what I was seeing, what I thought I saw was like this roundy kind of bullet thing or pellet thing that, like you would see in spy movies where there's a little like metal ball and then suddenly it opens up and it has like this pronged metal bullet thing. And that's what I saw. But apparently it's not correct. It's kind of interesting that I would get that vision, but it was like, anyway. Okay. So, anyway, back to the bullet. Did this pellet type bullet come from the mic? Ding, ding, ding. Okay. So the person responsible for this pellet type bullet was on stage. Ding, ding, ding. And then, okay, I'm going to end with that. And then I was asking about TPUSA as an organization. Um, is TPUSA corrupt? Is it a corrupt organization? And I got a simple yes, like, okay, yes, you could say that, but not completely, right? There are aspects of it that are sincere. Um, yes, and I said simple yes because parts are not corrupt. Again, a simple yes, there's more to understand. And then I asked TPUSA, all the LLCs that, yeah, that have been discovered are for money laundering. Ding, ding, ding. Um, and then I asked high profile members of TPUSA are part of child trafficking. I don't know if I can say that. Ding, ding, ding. Um, Was Charlie Kirk involved in money laundering? And then I got, rephrase your question. There's something wrong about it. Um, did Charlie Kirk become suspicious? Um, yes, simple yes, but you need to learn more. Did Charlie Kirk discover this um, money laundering? Yes, solid yes. And now this is where it gets tricky. This is just going to show you how particular the universe is about your question. So don't freak out when I say this. And then my next question was, did Charlie Kirk have knowledge of the child trafficking? Yes. And I was like, what the fuck? And I asked, can I trust the answer? And it was like a simple yes. And I was like, what does that mean? Simple yes. And then I went, oh shit. I asked, did Charlie Kirk have knowledge of child trafficking? Well, of course he did. And then I go, oh, okay, let me re-ask. Charlie Kirk have knowledge of child trafficking at TPUSA? No. So there you go. And I had to be done with this whole thing because I don't have the smarts to ask all the right questions. But in general, and I'm sure I would say 50-50 on the answers. Um, but all the ones that were like ding, ding, ding seem to confirm everything that Candace is saying, other people are saying. Um, yeah, it's all confirming. So all of you keep following them. They've got the goods. Yeah, it's quite a story. Anyway, I was so nervous talking about this. Anyway, I'll end this now. Bye.